Hey there guys, DMO73 here, bringing you the second deck profile for the week. This is for the Blue-Green Mercurius Combo list, designed by fellow Team Ogre member Saito. He and I both played Mercurius at Worlds, and he was actually the one who kind of got me to switch to Mercurius for Worlds. We were hanging out together doing a lot of testing in Japan, and I was like, I really like this list and I think it's well positioned, and so he was kind enough to kind of teach me the list, and then he made modifications for it for New Frontiers. I think this list is incredibly well positioned this format. It's got a lot of really good answers, and I just think it's in a really good spot. And a lot of decks are running dual stones, and so you can just really punish players and put them in an unwinnable position. So obviously our ruler is Mercurius, judgment cost of 3, energized for blue, and she has those 2 mana counters at the beginning. You're primarily going to be using those for Ancient Knowledge. The only ancient spells we have in the deck are Ancient Knowledge and the Finale spell. So, and then she flips over into Mercurius, Dark Commander of Ice, 10/10 with flying if you RFG'd Astaroth when she comes into play. So when she enters, she gets 5 counters, and then while she's entering, if you RFG her little assistant, she enters with another 5. It's not a trigger, it doesn't use the chase, it's just when she resolves, as she enters, you exile the card and you get 10 counters. If you exiled Astaroth, then she has flying, and you can use, your mana counters for blue on any spell. So typically her flip is enough to hard cast her Finale spell just right off the bat, as long as you exile Astaroth, and it's a really strong finisher, plus a 10/10 with flying is really, really strong, especially when you couple it with Leviton. Moving into the stone base, we are blue-green, so obviously we're going to run 4 deep woods to make sure that we get that kind of color spread. We're more blue than green, so we also run 4 basic water stones. There's really no need to run any more than that, or any more blue-green sources. I suppose with the new stones coming out, if we see a blue-green Pain Land, I might consider Shock Rock, I might consider playing it, but right now these basics have been fine. And then 1 green basic stone and a Aloof Researcher's Memoria. This is just for some additional draw power if you need it, and a blue source, and this is just to have a 5th green source. Moving into the Resonator count, we play for some draw power and early game pressure. We have some early game kind of control against certain matchups. 4 of Tama, to help you draw a card and banish and deal stuff. For more mana ramping and protection while you're setting up the combo, we play the 4 of Melfee. And then obviously we play the 4 of Astaroth. It's one of the main combo pieces. This is a combo deck, so you want to see this as much as possible. Plus, he lets you draw cards, and he is a 5/5 flyer, so you can get in some extra damage there. So pretty good. Then we play 2 of Shion. Now the reason why we play this card is because she is really, really good off of the finishing spell, because most of the time you're putting so many cards back in your opponent's hand that they're gonna have more cards than you, so you'll get to draw a card there, so more hand replenish is great. And for 1 blue, discarding a card and tapping her, you can just return a Resonator back to its controller's hand. So once you've bounced the board, even if they're able to kind of have 2 stones left or maybe a couple basics, you can use Shion to keep big threats off the board with your kind of full hand, as you just chip them away to death with your hooks and Mercurius that you dropped off. And obviously the next part of the combo is the 4 of Captain Hook. It's the next combo piece, super important for the deck. Pretty straightforward, not really much to say there. And then 2 of Titania to be able to drop in off the ultimate spell. Reason why we only run 2 is because we don't really have a way to basically hard cast her easily. We don't run a huge Resonator count, at least that stick around. Bringing this in makes your hooks 12/12s, makes your Shion 7/7s, your Astaroth 7/7s because of her bonus to other water Resonators, which can really, really push you over the edge. And then moving into the spells, we run 3 of Wall of Wind. This is just to kind of help protect your finisher spell, especially if you have the ability to flip with 1 green open and you notice that your opponent only has enough will for 1 cancel spell. Then you can just Wall of Wind and you have a guaranteed Finale spell, which is really, really strong. 2 of Water Transformation, just to, again, to kind of help your stuff get through and control the board a little bit better. 3 Magic Stone Analysis. We run enough basics, and if being able to ramp ahead with Mercurius is really, really nice, so that you can get that combo out faster. Plus, this is a free card to discard to Shion later. 1 of Laying the Foundation, just so he can have some additional card draw and kind of stacking to set up the combo. 4 of Ancient Knowledge, which is, again, one of the main pieces of the combo. It digs you through 5 cards, and you get to pick 2 of them. What I typically do is I'll cast this before the draw on my turn, so I kind of see what my draw would have been for the turn, and if it was bad, I can ship it away. It doesn't really matter. It's just a matter of, you know, do I want to, gives me more of a chance to peek through and pick what I would actually want to see before I draw for turn, and maybe make my draw for turn a little bit less terrible, kind of get those bad cards out of the way and make it easier for me to draw a better card. And then 4 of Rise from the Depths, because it is the finisher spell and you want to be able to use it as much as possible. Pretty straightforward. Bounce the whole board, put a bunch of Resonators in, it feels really strong. And then to boost up Mercurius, you play the 3 of Levitine, because being able to drop the ultimate spell and swing in for 10 in the air feels really good, and a way to give Mercurius imperishable. So there you have it, guys. That is the list. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comment sections down below. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, this is DMO73 signing off.